Hello and welcome to another audio analysis. In today's video we'll be taking a look at the track Outcome by the Swedish metalcore band Dead by April. This song is taken from the band's 5th studio album titled The Affliction, which did release on Friday. An album that was met with very tepid responses and reviews. Unfortunately, some of the songs featured on it were released over 3 years ago, a little bit too long to have as a gap between a single release and an album, because the band have hit multiple roadblocks over that period. It was 2017 when they released Worlds Collide, and they've had a lot of issues to go through since then. But for me, they're certainly a band that I have a lot of nostalgia with. Their first two albums, their self-titled Dead by April from 2009 and Incomparable from 2011, are two albums that I listened to quite heavily upon their release, and still have some tracks on there such as Losing You that made the band very iconic and really allowed them to become a bit of a staple in the metalcore scene at the beginning of the 2010s. But unfortunately, they're not able to still carry that weight. Despite that though, they have shown some rather interesting adaptation, including a lot of different collaborations on this album, and most notably on this track as well, bringing in Chris Adam and APOC from Smash Into Pieces, as well as Samuel Ericsson. So will this track provide the band with the outcome they're looking for, or simply lead them down the wrong path? Let's take a look at exactly how it sounds.
Take on the world, fearless with a fist full of blood. I find strength, find courage, find focus from within. Gotta make it count, situation that I'm in.
Okay, already we're definitely seeing a little bit of an early Linkin Park vibe here, certainly with these extended notes in the chorus really coming in from Christopher Christensen, and then you've also got Samuel Ericsson just layering over, almost filling in as that Mike Shinoda part to really see you make use of a trick that was very heavily used by Linkin Park, and it really makes it much more anthemic, just that layered in the background that I changed the outcome. And it's a very simple track in terms of its messaging that we can see so far. The idea of young and naive, I'm a take on the world, fearless with a fist full of blood. So it's almost showing the fact that you found this outcome, you managed to reach a place that you are happy by changing this outcome. And I like that kind of intro as well. I changed my outcome, you know you can change yours too. It's almost them band reaching out, saying we change things, or we've changed ourselves to become better people. It's never too late to do the same yourself, no matter how dire a situation may seem. So I really like that, the idea of being I'm out in the open, ready to blow. So you feel like you're hitting that exploding point, but it's never too late to change. There's nothing I fear, I'm looking back, I'm where I want to be. So very reflective, and again using that first person I constantly being brought through. I changed my outcome, and just the idea of the pain I'm carrying. So you can see that they're really changing as time does progress, and really showing that through this very soaring, anthemic, almost release of emotion that we have got coming through on the track so far as well.
Never question my decision making, never doubt myself, I'm a beast in the making. I keep my feet on the ground, but I observe the changing. People say I used to be humble behind the scenes, damn I work till I crumble. Yeah, the sacrifice is real, what you feel is not always real. No room for emotional fear.
So we could definitely see it really coming in. The idea of never questioning my decision making, never doubt myself. The idea that really carrying that self-confidence, I'm a beast in the making, I keep my feet on the ground but I observe the change inside. So it's kind of showing it in a very healthy way. And it's also kind of got that styling of almost a rise up track. It's supposed to inspire you with that kind of energy to go and change yourself, just by having this really driving force that's really coming through, again with these soaring notes and just having that simple rock style that's really coming through. And we do see one thing really concluded, that certainly Dead by April have done massively well over their careers. They do have that very iconic electronic sound in their music that's very just iconic to them. They sound so different to a lot of other bands because of the way they use the keyed elements to really just show that. And you can pick up any Dead by April song from their discography and you can usually pick out that it's them, not only because of the iconic backing vocals we do have from Pontus Hjelm, but also just from that electronic style and the sounds that they actually go with and incorporate into their music that really has kind of helped add to this atmosphere over the years that they love to generate and build into the tracks. I really actually enjoyed that. I think that's probably one of my favourite ones I have heard from this latest album. I just really like the stylings on it. Really just gave me that early Linkin Park kind of vibe when we had Samuel really crossing over and just really showing that backing rap element, but really just a great way to collaborate and to bring different bands in. It's not just for one small part, they impacted most parts of the track, and it's also very simple in its messaging. The idea that you can change your outcome. If you think that today's bad, you can always change that tomorrow. You've got to really just take those opportunities and look back and be quite reflective. And I like the way it really is an inspiring track as well. It doesn't overcomplicate things. It really just has this really get up and go kind of nature to it that really just shows you this ways of never questioning yourself, never doubting yourself, and it really helps to achieve that through these soaring anthemic parts that are really included through these soaring notes and the very just easy steady rock stylings as well as metal stylings that we do see on the track. And again, even in the actual screams, you can see it's very tailored towards Dead by April sound as well. They really have warped a lot of the elements of metalcore into making them sound so unique to the band. That's one thing that does make them stand out. So whilst unfortunately this album as a whole hasn't been particularly successful or very well received, I still think they've had some very strong moments on there in the way that they've continued to show their very iconic sound and continue to put out some very melodic and anthemic metalcore tracks and show some rather interesting collaborations, most certainly on this latest album. So that will be everything for today's video, but as always, feel free to tell me your thoughts about this track or the album if you have heard it in the comments section below. I would love to know your thoughts. Were you quite happy to see some more of these collaborations they've included on this latest album, working with likes of Smash Into Pieces, Samuel Ericsson? They also worked with likes of Self-Deception and a variety of others, or do you prefer those nostalgic tracks that they did release from their earlier albums such as Losing You? I would love to know your thoughts. Also, if you'd like to see more content like this, then please do feel free to subscribe, and I will see you in the next audio analysis.